Uh, Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, the fellow student of Year 2. Today, we're going to learn about mail mesh, but firstly, we need to know what is a mail mesh first, because we cannot get into our lesson without not knowing what is a mail mesh. And then if you want a mail mesh on your toolbar, you will normally get it under the tab of mailing. You will just click mailing, and then after mailing, that's where it's written start a mail mesh. But firstly, when you're talking about the mail mesh, we're talking about a facility provided by most word processing program, whereby a form of letter can be sent to many people, and each letter personalized for each recipient. So each and everything that you do here, you can send individual letters, and then you can also send many letters in a one space. Okay, first of all, we need to know how to start to do a mail mesh. I said on our tab it's home. You move from home to mailing, and then it's where it's written a mail mesh, and there's a drop down list arrow there. On our drop down list arrow, we have letter, we have email messages, we have envelope, we have labels, and then we have directory, and also normal Word document. By the highlighted color, which is orange, that simply shows us that the mail mesh now, it's a normal Word document, if you can check here. But we need to do a letter. Let's say your facilitator or the lesson of today is to do a letter. We'll normally just click on the letter, and then after clicking a letter, our mail mesh, you see it's highlighted on the letters, and it is no longer on a normal Word document. That simply shows that now we are not using a normal Word document, but we are using a letter, which a letter is one of the face of the Microsoft Word, which you can write to anyone. After choosing after doing our first step, which it is selecting the mail mesh, we need to begin to start with a Word, and then opening, and to design a document we must have a blank document. We have a blank document. We have selected our letter, and then we're going to start with an mail mesh wizard. Mail mesh wizard, it does direct you in order for you to see the changes on your screen. Here we have, on your left, there will be options that say mail mesh, and then there's also a drop down list, and there's also close, and you must select the document. So we're going to choose again envelope. I want to show you something, that each and every mail mesh that you need to create here, you must choose first. Now I have chosen envelope, and then down here it was written step 1 up to 6. So in order for us to start writing on this document, we need to follow the following steps. The step 1 is to select the type of a document that you want to create, and then the next step, it simply says that select starting the document. How do you want to set your envelope? Whether you want to change the document layout or stay from the existing document. This is an existing document, but we want to change the document layout. How do we do it? That's the first question. Remember, we have step 1 until step 6. Now we are on the second step, which is how do we change our document layout. and then we're going again under step 2 and we select the next step. It's still loading. After loading, it will give you the options. On our options, we have envelope options, we have printing options, and then we have envelope size. We all know that envelope, they have different size. We have size 10, we also have in size 9, 3 to 4, and then it's 3,5 to 8 times 6.1 in inches. So you need to select the type of a size of an envelope that you want, because it depends on the page that you have used. We have A1, A2, A3 and A4. These are the types of the pages. So you need to select first the page, and then after you can select the size of the envelope. I think I will choose size 10 here, and then it says the front address, which means I can take it to the left and also take it to the right, increasing the corners of the envelope. It depends on me. And then it also on the front size tell us that where can you put your address. And then the second one, it says returning the address, which means we have to have our two different types of address. Let me just press OK and see what will happen. Now the layout, it has changed. Now we are having our envelope. We can start writing the information which is needed on the envelope, and we are on the step 3 of our mail mesh. Remember, I said we have different types of the steps, and then each and every step here we need to follow it before we can start writing the information. Now we are on step 3. Let's go to the next step. The next step, it says select the recipient, people who going to get this mail mesh. We have used an existing list, and then select from the Outlook, which means Outlook is another Office program. And then we have type a new list. Because you don't have any information, you can just type a new list. When you have selected a type a new list, there's a dot that identifies that you have choose type a new list, and then you can start by clicking create. After clicking create, we have a new address list. This new address list, it has the following. We have title, we have first name, we have last name, we also have in company name, and then the address one. You can write the title, it simply say Mr. or Mrs. That's the first you can choose. And then the second one, it needs our first name. Let me type Clive, which is the first name. And then the second one, let me just type Nhlapo, which is my last name. And the name of the company, because you are a student, your name of the company, you need to write the name of the college, which is a year 2 National Computer College. So we are done with the company name, and then the address is where you stay, which is going to be, let's say, 198 Adams Road, Everton. So you need to write each and every detail correctly, because the moment if you can just miss any of the information here or detail, it will take you to the wrong direction. So now I'm having the title, I'm having the first name, last name, company name, and address one, and then you can also add, if you want to add someone again, we have new entry, and then if you press a new entry, it will give you an open spaces where you can fill the same information like the one that you have filled at the beginning. And then you can also again say new entry. Now I'm having 3 blocks. Let me just fill those blocks, which is Miss Thandi. Oh, okay, sorry, I'm on a title. Let me go to the first name. It's Miss Thandi and Larry. The name of the company is still the same one, which is A2. And then the address you can change, maybe it's okay, you can write an address, and you can fill as much as you want, and you can also put as much as you want the information here. And the information that you put here are the information that you're going to use when you're sending this envelope, and the people who are here, they're going to receive your envelope. When you are done entering those information and their names and the details, you just press OK. Now I'm done on creating the recipient database, and then it will give you an option that you want to save, and you will say save, and then write the name and say contact, and then you'll click save, and now the list, it has been saved. It will normally shows that this list that you have made are the people who go in to get the envelope. And then you can also sort. If you want to sort, you will say A and then start with the A, or maybe start with B. It's up to you. If you want to edit, you can edit anything here after you have saved. The moment you have saved, you have an access to edit the information here. And then I'm done with the list, and I will press OK. Now I'm having the list. I'm going again to a step. Remember, we have step 1 up to step 6. We are on the step 3, and then we will say next. Now we are on the step 4. When we are on the step 4, the step 4 is arranging your envelope. And the information here, it says, if you have not already done so, lay out your envelope now. To add in a recipient information to your envelope, click a location on the document and then click one of the item below. Guys, each and everything that we are doing here, it will normally ask you questions or give you the information of what you are doing. It will never let you put information without not giving you options. So it is much important to read everything that you see before you can do anything. We have address block, and then greeting line, electronic postage, and then more items. If you want to block any address, you can also block it. If you want to block any greetings, you don't want to put greetings, it is up to you, depending on what you want to do on the envelope. Now we are done with step 4. We go to the next step, which is step 5, and then we click to the step 5. After on step 5, it simply say preview your envelope. One of the mesh envelope is previewed here. To preview another envelope, we click on of the following. The same thing that I said to you on the previous step, that you need to read the information before you can do anything. And now, because we are done with the step 5, we go into the step 6. Step 6 is when we have completed the information, but we cannot say we have completed the information before you can write something. Before we can write something, we cannot print you cannot say we are done with the information. For today, the only thing I taught you guys is how to start to do a mail mesh with an envelope. Tomorrow we'll be learning how to write and how to send on a mail mesh, using a mail mesh Thank you very much. Stay home, stay blessed.